Hi. It's a bit late, but I'm kind of in the mood for some soldering because I didn't do it all the day, and I actually said, "Oh, I'm so gonna solder something." So that's the reason for me trying out this schematic that I've designed. This is for a prop.
Scoundrel.
It's late. There's a lot of things going on the streets. You might be able to hear that. But it's pretty warm and I want to get some fresh air while soldering. We've got to live with it. There's already a PCB design that I want to verify. Well, in the kissing scene of Han and Leia in the Millennium Falcon, there's this little thing blinking. And in a close-up you can actually see that it's basically a 5x5 timer, a 4017 and two ULN 2003s. But anyway, you just recognize, okay, that must be it. I really like the concept of, hey, I don't need a microcontroller for things blinking. If you watch any sci-fi movie from that era, it's like you always see a 4-step sequencer. And this is very easy to do without any microcontrollers. You just need set chips. So I have my schematics here and I have some LEDs and I probably have all the parts in my drawers. So it's just about verifying and just trying out the design. Maybe verify the values of the resistors and the capacitors and see if it basically works. So you can see the schematics somewhat, right? There's the 4017, the two ULNs, the 5x5 timer, and of course a bunch of LEDs. I designed this to work at 12 volts. This will hopefully end up in the synthesizer once I'm done with the actual PCB. 5x5s. So maybe because it's a prototype I will use some sockets. I will probably never run out of those. No. I can still recycle those. Right now I'm trying to find the best spot for the LEDs. I also have to pay attention on how I put them in, because they have to be in series. This might be too far down, so you can probably see that this one points to this side, this one to that side, and same goes with the other ones. I just slightly bent the pins of the socket so they won't fall out. I can still get them out in this state. I also tried to put the LEDs in the position their neighbor were in. I've rearranged the LEDs a bit and this will be their final position, but I've decided on making one segment. Each segment is put together with 4 LEDs. Don't judge the soldering. Please. Hackaday commentators. Yeah, that's a bit crooked, but that's the 1-pin soldering method right there. I will just bend it in place and then solder on the 2nd pin. I'm hoping that I won't... No, it's not at all the right tool. That should be alright. Before spray painting this, I was sanding down the oxidation of the copper plate, so it should go fairly easy. But if you have any problems with those cheap things, it's probably because of the oxidation. So let's bring in the snip for 1 pin. Okay, and now I want to bend pin in a 45-degree angle. Okay, we'll probably leave one out of this. So we have 1 in and 1 pin where it comes out. So, and that's a connection. Let's see if it's still... it's okay. Legs off. Should we test that? So the left one is the shorter pin. I have no idea how LEDs work. The longer leg is positive. We have the light. Please don't explode on me. We have 7 volts now. 1.8 by 4 should be 7.2. It's not glowing, so what did I do wrong? Let's test them separately. 1.8. So is the last one broken? What? That LED is not of the same batch. This one up here is a deeper red. It's probably because I've bought like 10 pieces of something and then just said 4 times of I have here 9 LEDs left. Yeah, the inner parts are different. It's a bit differently cut, the metal pieces that hold the stuff that makes the LED an LED. Then there are 30 LEDs of the same kind I have already soldered to the board. I would have 8 segments with 4 LEDs, that makes 32 LEDs, which is fine because I have 33 LEDs. Yeah, and then I need 8 LEDs, so I'm kind of safe, but also pretty annoyed. On the right side is the long leg right now. Sorry, they're vanishing into my finger. And the innards are the wrong direction. And I was always orienting on the innards because I thought, okay, it's always the same LED. But it isn't. Okay, it's it's 2 in the morning and I got somewhere. Cool. It's the next day and I've started to add resistors. And those are 470 ohm resistors. I've tried them with 12 volts and it looks alright, so I'm just continuing adding those resistors. No, we cannot do that. It will trigger people. Much better. Okay. Now I will connect the resistors with the socket. What am I doing? Ah! That's not what I meant to do. It might be that I'm a bit cursed with this project. I just soldered this connector in. And do you see what I see? See the amount of flags. Why didn't I see that yesterday? That's a shame. It's a prototype, so let me just botch it. Let me just put it in here like it's supposed to go in. I can also do it like that. This is fine because this is one input and one output, and I only need 5 of them anyway, and there are 7 on it. And about that 4017 I can still put in another socket. I've crippled another 28 pin chip holder. I have all the resistors wired now to the LED blobs. A bit complicated. And there's still the power that needs to go somewhere, but I don't have any of the chips wired yet. So because I don't want to rip off the cables for the signal lines, I just hot glued them, because I will wiggle them around for a while, and that's normally when I lose connection and then they break off and I have to resolder them again, just to prevent that. It's not a finished product that I want to sell, so please excuse the hot glue. Those are the main wires for the signals. Purple, yellow, blue and green. Orange is clock, black is of course ground, and red is VCC, which is in our case 12 volts. Another mistake I made is I wrote down the pin numbers 1 to 8 and then I started with 9 here and not here, so I had a little mix up, but it was all okay. I had to just change 3 wires and then I was good again. I have to steal the potentiometer from a kit because I can't find the other one that well, I didn't lose it, I just used it. It doesn't look good here, it doesn't look really good anywhere, so let me just put it in here. Could be worse. Okay, I think I only need 2 resistors and 1 capacitor now. Let's just steal from this whole kit. I should have started with that. 47K, 4 is yellow, purple is 7, 3 is orange. Yeah, I'm starting to learn all this. I can connect. I've crossed off this resistor, need to connect the 2K. I think I've got everything wired up, so this is kind of the moment of truth. Let's hope nothing explodes. Ooh. So we got some blinking here, but I might have botched something up, or it's just too fast. So let me see if... It blinks, but not the way I was thinking it would blink. So I probably have to check everything. I think I found a problem. This capacitor is in the wrong way. Ready for another test. And the flicker looks about the same. Did it reset because of a power failure? Since we have one here, I could just remove the 4017 and take another one. So that's different but the same. Maybe reset is floating. In dubio, add capacitor. I mean, if it's in the Chinese kit, it must be important, right? We have an escapist. Oh. When will I ever learn? So yay! There's just one LED missing, or LED segment. Oh! This one here is not connected to the LED. Okay. Awesome! So that's verified. I'm really happy about that. Can you actually see the difference between those LEDs and the other ones? They look a bit more bluish and those look a bit more yellowish. Yay! So why did I build this? I've designed the PCB with the exact components, but I wanted to verify the PCB. As you might be able to recognize, there's a picture of Han and Leia kissing. I plan on putting the project on my wall of synthesizers. It's basically just there to show the frequency of the clock. It also looks kind of nice to have something blinking on the synthesizer sequencer thing. Whenever the boards come and I've verified that they work, I will put them on Tindy. Something I can't do often is giving you a spoiler. What is this? Well, if you're interested to find out, I suggest subscribing to this channel, because then I will show you what this is. You might see it anyway because I tweet about it and put it on Instagram. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.